Oh, and your Oregon's got a state level. You have to get. It's like the fuck you talking about,
dude,
man?
You know what's so fucked up is this country. We say that we're depressed. We say that we have anxiety. Mm-hmm. It's all made up indications so that then they can prescribe you something.
All right, folks, welcome aboard the Max Afterburner podcast, sponsored, powered by the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, ecosystem, everything. Man, we have an absolutely special guest today, and I don't mean special just because he played in the NHL and has a lot of head trauma. I mean just a special human being, Daniel Carcillo, man. Welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks for having me again.
Daniel did not know that today he's getting promoted. You're going to get promoted.
Come again?
And I'm changing. You're not Carbomb anymore. I'm giving you a new call sign.
Okay.
You have a choice. Rarely do you get to choose your call sign.
Okay.
Admiral or Commodore? Which one?
Commodore.
You going with the Commodore?
Fuck yeah.
I love that.
CC me.
So
yeah.
It is now Commodore Carcillo, and here's why.
What does that mean? Yeah, what is Commodore?
I'll explain the call sign, because you strike me as a man with a mission. Mm-hmm. You're navigating to a star, right? To me, it's healing, it's helping people. Mm-hmm. That's your strategic objective. That's what you're navigating to. But bro, you got a lot of ships in your fleet. You got an aircraft carrier we're going to talk about. You got some submarines that are kind of underwater and stealthy. So you are Commodore Carcillo. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Feels good.
So
feels good.
Let's talk through that, man. And everybody, you have to know who Commodore Carcillo is, man. Incredible human being. He's a husband. He's an incredible father, entrepreneur, and last and certainly least, fucking Blackhawks, 2-time Stanley Cup champ. I loved you on the Flyers. I hate you were a dick on the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I was doing my job, you know.
Good man.
If you didn't like me and I wasn't on your team, then I wasn't doing my fucking job.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Well, you are. I mean, Susie and the boys love you, but we'll talk about that later. Now let's dig into healing, man, because you really, and I'm serious about this as Commodore, you really do. You have a fleet, man, and you're navigating towards helping people. Give us your 100,000, then 50,000 foot view of the healing space, the medicine space. Where are we now? And give us a future look, 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, so California just passed psychedelic bill. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, exactly.
Wall Street Journal yesterday, Jesse, Heroic Hearts. Great quote from our brother Jesse, man.
Dude, Jesse's great.
Putting in the work.
Jesse's great. And his handle on Instagram is even fucking better. So it's WTF_barbecue, BBQ. So give him a fucking follow. Just so California is amazing. And I think I've obviously said this before. The way that I work is I'm Switzerland. Okay, so I support decriminalized nature and those movements. We were a part of it with the Initiative 81 with Melissa Lavasani of the Psychedelic Medicine Coalition. Yeah. Hello, Melissa. Hello to Daniel. Her husband is a fucking legend. Darren and the boys.
Tommy Lee Jones,
no doubt. And then. So I believe that people should have access to this medicine that grows freely from the earth. It should not be criminalized, and people shouldn't be criminalized for taking it. To expand their consciousness, to heal trauma, and it's for well people too, right? We're starting to, now that I'm not a CEO of a publicly traded company, you can use this medicine to get better. Right? It's not just for therapeutic use. And oh my gosh, yeah, you can also do it recreationally because, right now I am not in a therapeutic use state, but I am definitely on mushroom nootropics and I feel fucking great. And there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Right?
What should be wrong with that, right?
I just feel like there's a lot of strong personalities and the way that we talk about this medicine is always like, oh, you're sick. You have to be sick to access it, right? And I just don't believe that. There's athletes that aren't sick, that aren't healing their trauma, that are using this to increase their VO2 and it hones in visual acuity and processing, cognitive processing, auditory, sensory, everything that an athlete or an extreme athlete or even a fighter pilot can get you into that type of like flow state
zone.
Absolutely. So there's that. So decrim, You know, making sure that we educate people to know, yes, therapeutically you can take it, and this is how you do it. Recreationally, obviously, you can still take it and don't feel guilty about it. And then there's Measure 109, there's Prop 122, there's HB1, the Cure Act. There's these statewide legislation programs that are going on right now. Oregon's open for business, so you can go to Oregon. You don't have to take anybody outside of the country, and you can take psilocybin. You can pay for it, right? And it's it's exactly like cannabis, but for magic mushrooms. So you have a service center that will serve it. You have licensed facilitators that need to be in the service center. You have a manufacturer that will make the mushroom, and then you have a testing facility that will test it.
Okay.
So there's those that I believe very strongly about. And then I also believe in the medical system. You know, I started WeSauna, and the reason I did was because there's no TBI related, traumatic brain injury related medicine. You know, they prescribe Wellbutrin for the depression that came from the TBI. What's the difference, you know, between TBI related depression and
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can't. They don't know, right? The FDA told us, like we went in there with TBI related depression, because we knew that they were going to push us into depression, because you can't tell the difference between, oh, I hit my head and now I'm depressed, and something bad happened to me in my childhood and I'm depressed, right? So
trauma is trauma.
Trauma is trauma. And so I believe in the medical system. I believe that, like, my parents, other people will want to take this medicine through a fucking white coat. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not my choice, because that's synthetic. Okay. Correct. So all of the stuff made from the FDA needs to be made within a 0.01% variance for millions of people. So that's why they choose out of this mushroom, which is amazing and has, you know, well over 100 different tryptamines and alkaloids. They choose one. And they choose psilocybin because it's the most active, obviously. And then they synthesize that, and that's what you get. So you're not getting full spectrum. You're getting, it's okay. I've heard it's okay. I haven't tried it, nor do I want to.
You're getting lab coat, beakers, ones and zeros.
But guess what you're not getting, right? Psilocybin is just fucking psilocybin. Well, before this podcast, I took steel magnolia, and nobody's probably ever heard of it. It's a cross between a couple different mushrooms, and it's really strong. But it makes you. It's almost like nature's Adderall, it feels like, right? We're just testing this in the wild to see the feedback. Yeah. I could take purple mystics when I go home, and I'll be able to see at night. It does something to the visual, spatial. Wow. I could take penis envy, and I will hallucinate, and it works really well for, like, the frontal lobes for athletes. I could take golden teacher, which is super soft. It's like a heart opener. MDMA, like a mushroom. So when you go synthetic, you lose all of that. So what is that? What? Like, I'm fucking really interested in what the fuck is the difference between these genetics, and why do they do different things? And if we just isolate, you know, it's good enough. It's good enough for the medical system. But anyway, that's what I believe in. You know,
there's something to be said. It's pretty funny. You've been in you did ayahuasca, you went down to Peru and all that stuff. It's really interesting to talk to these healers, like true healers in the middle of the Amazon or type of thing. Yeah. And they kind of look at us with the lab coats and the ones and zeros and the...
Like we're crazy.
Yeah, like, oh, and your Oregon's got a state level. You have to get... It's like, what the fuck you talking about, man?
You know what's so fucked up is this country, we say that we're depressed. We say that we have anxiety. It's all made up indications so that then they can prescribe you something.
Correct.
You know, like...
Cha-ching.
Dude, fucking go work out. Yeah. Get off your fucking ass.
Go to the beach, walk.
Go in a cold tub. I was talking to my buddy the other day. He's like, oh, I woke up like yesterday. He's a high operating motherfucker. He's an entrepreneur, and he's running a huge fund. He's like, I felt fucking terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I went in my cold tub for 4 minutes, and then I got out, and I felt amazing.
Yeah.
You know, so like just
reset.
Some type of exposure, a sweat, like that's what I fucking love.
Yeah.
If
You're on a bike.
Yeah. If I don't exercise, I feel,
do something.
Yeah. Because then you're more present, you know, and you're more patient, you're more creative, all of those things. And if I don't, I like almost lose my self-respect and I get mad at myself, you know?
Well, it's good that you can recognize that too. We say this all the time in an airliner. Hey, if we lose pressurization, put the mask on who? You first.
Yeah.
Before you can't, you're no good to anybody in your row if you're done. Your wife, your kids, you got to put the mask on yourself. Give me 6 months to a year. You and I were out in Colorado. God bless Rick Doblin, man. Give us Carcillo's this time next year.
Yeah.
If you could jump into a time machine and look back and you got a big shit-eating grin on your face like you usually do, what's happened in the past year, a year from now, where you're sitting here going, Whiz, look at what fucking happened in the past year.
Hopefully we've treated hundreds, if not thousands of people in Oregon. Hopefully, yeah. That's what I'm focused on. And I'm also focused on healing CREI. Right. Mm-hmm. So, building the infrastructure.
What is that? What's CREI mean?
Commercial real estate investment. So, we are acquiring. First of all, we're partnering with clinicians that are usually psychiatrists, psychologists, doing good med management. But as a tool, they're using ketamine. So this is like experiential medicine. Ketamine is FDA approved. Through Johnson & Johnson, nasal spray, S-ketamine, and then it's also being used in off-label form. So as soon as a medication is approved, you can then use that same medication if you're a physician if it's approved for depression. Well, I think this might work for this person for anxiety, PTSD, et cetera. So but this is experiential medicine, so we're helping to build out the infrastructure necessary to be able to go into a clinic and experience this medicine. Because traditionally, you go to a doctor, he writes you a script, you go to Walgreens, you take it at home. That is not what you do with these psychedelic medicines like ketamine and like MDMA. And MDMA is different, right? There's nuances to this because the ketamine room isn't much bigger than like a 6x6. And the MDMA room, you need 2 therapists. Yeah. You need a washroom.
Couch.
Yeah. You need
bed
to be able
or
to
something.
Control things.
Yeah.
And that, again, that just does not exist. So
you're not going, I went to my GP the other week. It was like an old leather examining table with a wax paper and a National Geographic from the 70s. You're not doing MDMA in there.
No, thank you. Because it's dependent on set and setting. Obviously, you know this. And I should preface all of this by saying, Joe Caltabiano, Cody Chandra, Aaron Robb, David Kivitz, Tyler Zakovich. Those are all the people that I'm working with on that project, and they're fucking amazing dudes.
Great human beings, man.
Yeah.
So
and you know a lot.
Yeah. A year from now, do you think the REIT is people are in the healing centers, or what's it look like?
Yeah. So ketamine is already.
It's already going.
It's already going. FDA approved. And then MDMA for PTSD, they're going to submit, it's called an NDA, new drug application. After you have a successful phase 3 trial, they actually took it a step further.
Which they did, right? They're done.
Well, they had two.
Yeah.
So
double blind too, man.
I
mean, they picked the hardest cases.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, they picked veterans, sexual abuse survivors.
Yeah.
And so
non-treatable. I love seeing this in print. We took non-treatable PTSD. What's that mean? You can't treat them. And we treated them.
Yeah. Oh, we woke them up.
67%.
And how do you 67% success rate?
Yeah.
And why does it work? Right? I think the why is really important to break down. So MDMA shuts down the amygdala, the part of our brain that it has a fear response.
Fight or flight, man.
So then you're able to just talk about your trauma. You'll still probably have some heightened spike of emotion, but your brain and our bodies are meant to keep us alive. Yeah. And so when you have that type of trauma, that's just that's what our body does. Yeah. We don't talk about that. We don't go there.
Correct.
So it allows you to go there, and then it doesn't govern the rest of your life, And
not only that, but whether it's in a healing REIT center, that set and setting was so important.
Absolutely.
You're getting to look at that trauma with a couple cool people in a great setting. You're not in it.
You have to be comfortable. Yeah. And what the amazing thing is that it's less dependent on like hallucinating and the drug, because it's a 12-week program with over 92 hours of talk therapy. Yeah. So you're understanding the individual. You're administering the MDMA over 3 times, but then the doctor, once a drug gets approved, the doctor can figure out, well, if you got better after one administration, then you know how Alan Watts says, like, you get the message, hang the fucking phone
up.
Yeah. You don't need to go back. Like, I don't need to go back for ayahuasca. That was like,
you and me both.
But I'll continue to go back, for mushrooms. I'll continue to, because I test my brain, my blood, and it just like continues to make me fucking better.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
and you went from, let's just give everybody a quick history tour again, man. Your best friend, Steve Montador.
Yeah.
Here's some Advil after, concussion number 16, get back on the ice.
19.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, dude.
19.
Yeah. So we were playing in this league called the NHL. It's, worth $4 billion, and it's owned by all the richest people in the world. And they basically use it as a write-off because we're not really profitable. Yeah. And there's evidence there because, as we were playing, we actually had to pay the owners back through escrow. So anyway, that's another fucking story.
I did not know that. You told me that in Colorado. I was fucking blown away. So we'll save that for another time.
Yeah, they have no incentive.
Yeah, it's a put option. They're options traders, dude. No. You're an option.
And there's no ceiling. So the NBA has the same thing, but there's a 9% ceiling. So Steve was just this fucking unbelievable dude. Yeah. And when I got there, I was really struggling. I just come out of an opiate addiction. I had 2 surgeries back to back. So I had my abdomen stapled back to my pelvis. Oof. And then I had literally 12 days later, they flew me to Nashville, the Flyers, to have an orthoscopic hip surgery. And then they prescribed me, 30 milligram pure hydrocodone. Boom. And I'm like, ooh,
giddy up.
What is this?
Yeah.
So in a little over 40 or 50 days, I was just full blown addicted. Or I felt like it anyway, and I just had a really hard time getting off. And I had to start rehab, and I had to, and so I asked for help. And then I asked my friend Rich Clune, who I knew was sober. And funny how everything comes around. Rich Clune actually moved in with me when I was in the OHL for his first year there. So I was kind of tried to take care of him because there's a whole bunch of hazing and bullying. And we did that. And then I was reaching back out to him where I'm like, fuck, dude, I need help. Mm-hmm. So we started going to meetings and stuff. And then I got signed by Chicago. And as soon as I got to Chicago, there was Steve, 12 years sober, good looking dude, fucking tattoos everywhere. And so my sponsor, the first time I went into an AA meeting, the guy's I'm like, how do I pick a sponsor? He's like, well, you find a guy that you think you want what he has, like you're attracted to him, and I'm like, fuck. As soon as I met Steve, I'm like, how do I live my life like you? Yeah. How do I get that? You look so self-confident.
Got it all together.
And so he started bringing me to meetings, and we went to meeting, we went to fucking dinner, we went to lunch. He just everything for 2.5 years, and we just struck this amazing fucking friendship.
Squadron mates, man. Yep.
And then unfortunately, he had his 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th concussion. The Blackhawks cleared him for all 4 of those within 12 weeks. Okay, so there's a fucking medical staff.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, oh yeah. And with concussion, so there's this saying, you got a cup, right? It's take a hit, put more water, put more water, put more water, put more. If that fucking thing starts overflowing, it's really hard to reverse it. Now, I say that understanding now, I bet you ayahuasca can, ibogaine can, etc. for sure.
There's the key.
Yeah. He was doing that. He was trying to go to Costa Rica and all this stuff, and it's the first time I ever heard about it. But then he was also coming home and making bad decisions, right? But he just completely changed after those 4 concussions, and I mean, how could you not? You're pretty much. So
he's not him anymore.
No, he's not.
There's a damage to what you were.
He wasn't there.
Yeah.
But it also, he lived, his dad always says, man, when he died, I was fucking crushed.
Yeah.
I was crushed. I was, I mean, I can still feel him, with me.
He's here, dude.
Yeah.
He's everywhere. He's right there. He's in your work, man.
Yeah.
He's in your work.
It'd be nice to do this with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You are, bro. Absolutely.
So, I had to look at his life, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, I have all the same symptoms that he had. And I was still playing. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I gotta get out of this fucking, I have to stop, or else I'm probably going to kill myself.
Yeah.
Intentionally or unintentionally. And, so, his death was a blessing.
Yeah.
a blessing in disguise. Like it helped me. So I had my son earlier in 2014, and then Steve died in February of 2015, and then I had my 7th concussion in 2015 March. That was my last NHL game, and then we won the cup.
Yeah.
But I didn't come back. I didn't play. I just fucking faked it. I was like, I'm not sick, so I could get my name on this stupid fucking thing that I don't give a fuck about. And I know other people do, and that's fine.
It's a thing.
And it's a thing, and I'm very happy about my life and the discipline that it took for me to fucking get there. Because there's not many people in this fucking world that are willing to do that, even for a fucking month. And I did it for 17 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve. I saw the symptoms and made a decision to walk away, and yeah, his death saved my life.
That's
for
incredible.
Sure. Yeah, but I wish he was still here, And then I was angry. I was like, how do I tear this fucking thing down? How do I highlight what the fuck is wrong with that?
Fights on. Yeah.
And so I did that for 4 years, but I almost killed myself I went through the medical system. I did pharmaceuticals that the doctors were prescribing me. I went to CT brain banks. I did vestibular training, ocular training, all of the things they were telling me. I held brains. I read PubMed papers. I was like, what the fuck?
So you literally went through the fucking flow chart of everything.
All of it. And I was like, after the pharmaceutical, I'm like, this stuff doesn't feel good. It exasperates the other 14 symptoms that I had. Yeah. And I did float tanks, hyperbaric chamber, cranial sacral, mox acupuncture, reflexology, like everything. Spent $500,000, and it wasn't until it was 2019 where I was making plans to end my life, because with TBI you feel like you're a burden. You feel like you're a burden, and nobody really wanted to go around me, and I wouldn't want to be around me at the time, because I was like fucking, I was a mess. Yeah. And then thankfully a former teammate reached out. He's like, hey man, I think this could work. Check out this study. So I looked at a 2017 or 18 study of fMRI, a brain under, and I'm like, oh, this is what all the white coats were saying. They're like, we're going to identify what's wrong with your brain, and then we're going to wake it back up by certain exercises. And here it was, $30 from nature. And
that God put here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
And so I woke up the next day. I described it as feeling the way I should. Number one, I don't think too many people talk about how difficult this work is. Yeah. So with mushrooms specifically, it exasperates us at the forefront of our mind. So it showed me why I was suicidal. And I was eventually lost on the farm for about 3 hours, and then I came out of it. I came out of that experience saying, all right, here's the summary. You can create your own hell, or you can get out of it by not highlighting what's wrong and by fucking making shit that people are going to get sick. That thing's going to keep going. You're not going to tear it down. It's not stopping. So why don't you go over here and create Wisana and create, use your story and, so that's what I've been doing the last 5 years, 4 years, 4.5, 5 years. Yeah. Wow. And Cody was one of the first dudes that I met, and then we met.
Incredible dude.
And Cody. So that's it.
Talk to us about some of these other ships you got at sea right now, Commodore. Talk to us about micro doses, because you can't swing a dead cat, whether it's in Boca Raton with people wearing Lulu and shit like that, or in Colorado or anywhere, without talking the word microdose. It's hip, it's hot, Rolling Stone, it's on Netflix. Talk to us about, first of all, what is microdosing for people who are listening, and then what's your new endeavor? So
microdosing is the act of intentionally taking, LSD, magic mushrooms, habitually, but at a subperceptual dose level. So
that's the key word, right?
Yeah,
subperceptual.
You're not hallucinating. Yeah. Right. So like,
if you feel it, that was maybe a macro dose.
Yeah. Maybe, you can't uneat it. Right. So start.
The only way through it is through it.
So start with
baby steps.
Yeah, start with baby steps.
Crawl, walk, run.
But also too, like I felt like it was important today to make sure that everybody knows that, today I'm on I'm on a lot more than a microdose, but I am completely fully functional and
high level.
And you can turn it on, you can turn it off. But so the microdose is this level where you might see some colors, or if you go outside, things are brighter, your mood, your energy levels are up. That's a microdose, and that's where you want to stay. So usually between like 0.005 or 0.1, 1/10 of a gram.
1/10
if you're talking about a mushroom.
Okay.
But yeah, it's hot. I mean, listen, I credit microdosing, 5 days on, 2 days off, to a lot of my success with my brain, and I continue to do it.
Why do you take the 2 days off?
Because it's natural, and you'll build up a tolerance.
There you go. So folks, listen to that, right? This is, when I walked with Melissa in the PMC, the halls of Congress, and people, I'm like, it's anti-addictive, folks. It's the more you take, the less it works.
Big Pharma doesn't want to hear this. But so the more that I am on these mushrooms, and I've been on them 4.5, almost 5 years, the less I need to take to feel it.
Isn't that great?
It's fucking amazing.
I did not know
it's counterintuitive.
I'm glad you brought that up, man. I was down in at Awaken Your Soul in Costa Rica. And Little Iboga, and I was in it to win it. And Anthony's like, dude, did you not know this? He's like, no, you are the medicine. The more you'll get to a certain point where you don't need any. I'm like, giddy fucking up. It's like, who was it? Carradine in Kung Fu, when you can walk on the rice paper and not leave a trace. You're a true.
Well, I'm just fucking like, so I always test my brain and my blood, like every 6 months. And so like in my head, and some people might use it as a crutch or whatever, however they use it. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. But the way that I use it is intentional. And if I keep getting better, and my blood work and my brain and my creativity, and I'm more present with my kids, and why the fuck would I stop?
Exactly.
Why would I, if it has neuro anti-inflammatory benefits, Alzheimer's runs in my family, three or more concussions, you're 80% more susceptible to getting Alzheimer's, ALS, Parkinson's. I've had 7.
Jesus.
It just makes a whole lot of fucking sense that I would take this medicine for the rest of my life. My family's on it now. And it's I'm not going to stop,
dude. The best offense is a good defense. Whether it's, and all these studies are starting to come out, whether it's Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, all sorts of brain diseases, strokes. Why wouldn't you do this, right?
So it can be one preventative tool. I want to preface all of this with saying this is one fucking tool, man. Correct. I woke up today, I worked out. I watch what I eat, my sugar intake, my alcohol intake. Even if I have a couple beers today, like, so what? I didn't have 15. Correct. You can still live your fucking life. Like, don't be confused by this industry selling to you that you need to be some sort of fucking saint to do this and for it to work. You don't. You can do it, and then you can go right back into the community, go right back into your family. You can be a great fucking dad because you're more present, you're more aware, you're more patient, you're looking everybody in the fucking eye. Man. It's the fucking, it's the shit. It's
I gotta share something with these. So you've heard the story because you're in it, but I want to share with other folks. So Carcillo and I were at the Boca Resort, and I was kind of debriefing him on my ibogaine and my medicine journey. And I told Susie, I'm like, I'm going to a resort with Carcillo, and she's like, oh my God. Because my clown family likes the Blackhawks, and my Matthew and Jack and Keely could care less.
What's up, Matt? What's up, Jack? I got to get to that men's league skate.
Yes.
So if you're watching this, invite me.
Yes. So Susie's like, we're gonna come to the club and pretend to bump into you. I'm like, I think he's pretty cool. I think
why don't you just come and say hi?
It'll be okay, right? So we're sitting there. And I'm at like the head. It was weird. It was like Sound of Music. I didn't do this on purpose. I'm like Captain Von Trapp, and then Susie next to me, and then Matthew, Jack, Keely in descending order. And you and I we're talking about the medicine. You kind of stop at one point and you look at them and you go, what's different about your dad? Do you notice anything? And I had a little twinge of fear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah, are they gonna unzip the fly here?
That's
and nobody
fucking special sauce though when your loved ones are like.
Well, that's what I'm like. What's the debrief gonna be? Because I hadn't talked to them, right?
Yeah.
I had, and leave it, and I'm like, why is everybody fucking quiet, man? Yeah. And then Keely, my little princess, she's like, he's better. I'm like, fuck. I had tears in my eyes, man.
All right.
So yeah, to that point, I'm like,
I mean, why else do we fucking do it? Yeah. Other than, yes, of course we want to save ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, of course. Like, we don't want to suffer anymore.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But like the main crux of it is like the why is always, well, I've created this family. I've created this life. I just want to fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm here, man. I'm present. Live it.
And I wasn't. Like, I wasn't, you know, and I just wasn't, you know, I was always fucking tense and I was, you know, just fucking hurting, you know.
You weren't you.
No.
That soul, that perfect thing that came into this world was fucking shrouded in crap.
Just fucked up.
Injury.
And the best thing ever is like waking someone up. Yeah. You know, like you know, and it wasn't anybody else that did it. This is like, it's an invitation. You know, if somebody comes to you and is like, "Hey, man, what's this mushrooms? What's all this about?" It's like, oh, I know immediately that, first of all, there's something going on. Yeah. And there's like an itch that this motherfucker wants to scratch. Yeah. Nobody just talks about psychedelic medicine, you know. Yeah. And then
it's not a conversation.
It's not a conversation starter, you know, exactly. That's for sure. Yeah. But the look on somebody's face, man, when you take them through a fucking ceremony is like, if there's anything that I can get addicted to again, it's that look of like, whoa.
Well, bro, you know, I mean, the work we do in the No Fallen Heroes Foundation, if I'm on a retreat or even just not on a retreat, that getting a text or a phone call like, Whiz, I don't want to kill myself anymore. I'm like,
fucking
are you kidding me?
You know what we should do is ask people that have done this medicine to take pictures before and take pictures after.
We do. So at Awaken Your Soul, they do it before and after.
They
you
do.
can see it in the eyes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
So it's...
maybe we should create an app. Let's create an app. Let's create a
Aren't you doing that? You got that. Add that to your list of ships, man.
I can do it. Yeah, sure.
I got everything else going on.
Like, fuck it.
Let me add that
Cody,
to my list.
We're going to add that.
Cody, add that. Put that up on the whiteboard, man.
Hey, man.
You have like 90 day jobs, man.
Yeah, I feel really fucking good.
But doesn't that
handle
it? Exactly. I got a lot of lines over the boat.
Also, too, like, so delegation is very big to me, you know. So if I found something, right, that I think could help people, then I find or this person finds me. Yeah. And if they can do it 75% as good as I can, see ya.
Deal. Here you got it.
Here you go. Yeah. Go and run the thing. And I'm always here to help and to highlight, but go and do it.
Run with it.
Run with it. So that. Luckily, I've got BJ with my crew, and he's fucking amazing, and he's smart, and he's about to be a dad.
Oh, that's great.
And he's fucking hungry, and he's just a fucking solid dude.
Yeah,
beverage entrepreneur for 19 years, like, and he's fucking killing it. He's killing it. And he just got out of alcohol, and so now he's like kind of getting into this, and it's like, oh, what a fucking breath of fresh air this is, because we're actually making people better,
healthy. We're healing people.
And listen, I love, you know, this was a beer. Like, I don't mind beer, okay? Yeah. But I also know that it's a neurodegenerative. Yeah. And I have to protect myself against it. And, you know, a nice 2-beer buzz, that's all I fucking need.
Cruise.
Yeah. I don't abuse it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but shout out to fucking BJ.
Yeah.
And, you know, if anybody wants to check out like my crew, it's just, you know, we use Amanita in some of the formulas, but we're talking like L-theanine.
Good for sleep too, right?
It's great.
You have a sleep brand.
Yep. Hits the GABA.
Yeah.
So it hits the GABA system naturally. We use passion flower. We use cordialis. So these amazing adaptogenic herbs that are all USDA certified organic. Shout out to Jeremy Widman, who's PhD.
Great dude.
Who's Doctor. The fucking guy that saved my life. Yeah. I love you, Jeremy. You know that.
Great dude.
Yeah.
He's doing out there. So let's shift to that, because, you know, as part of the No Fallen Heroes, I love Mexico. You know, I love.
You always want to go to Mexico. You always want to go to Mexico.
You always like Mexico. Yeah. Oh man, I do. I love Mexico.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And Awaken Your Soul in Costa Rica, but it's time to heal our heroes at home.
Yeah, no
Talk to us about your other brother, Kyle Quincy.
Yeah.
And the Do Good Ranch, because I want to go to Colorado, man. Shout out to my boy Jack and Coach Prime. But let's go to Colorado, dude. Why wouldn't we be healing people at the Do Good Ranch?
We can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kyle is and he said this publicly, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But that was one of the things, that's how I paid it forward. So when I first got into AA, and I still take some of these principles into my life, that, you find something, then you grab the next one and you freely give it away.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did with Kyle when he was. I introduced him to Jeremy. They're in Colorado. Then, he's been fucking activated. He's such a fucking good dude. I've known him since I was 6 or 7.
You played in the Great White North, right?
Yeah,
our 51st state.
Yeah, Ontario. And I hated him because fucking. So we used to say he's got this old man strength, and just you run it. If you run into him, you get hurt. It's like you can't hurt the guy because he's so fucking thick.
He doesn't look like that.
No,
though.
now he's fucking skinny as fuck. I was telling him the other day.
Now I could beat his ass.
Oh, for sure. I could always beat his ass. He knows that too. So
no doubt.
Yeah. So he is building community with Jeremy in Colorado. And I think that's also really what we're doing. Like fuck the products, all that stuff with my crew. It's all about community. Giving people like the right information so that they can make an educated decision about their fucking health and wellness. And that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, don't listen to me. Yeah. Don't listen to me. Yeah. Go and look at this information, and it's fucking in plain sight.
Correct.
And nobody wants you to fucking be well and happy, and because then the fucking machine stops.
Cha-ching. Yeah.
So but you gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Like go wake it up and go read this.
Yeah.
And then if you do it, I don't give a fuck if you do it or not. Because I'm like, but if you like what you're hearing and you want some of your happiness or my happiness, maybe take your fucking life into your own hands.
There's a lot of ridiculous statements that I listened to before I did the medicine that I thought were like a little fruity and ridiculous, and then after doing the medicine, I'm like, bingo. Yeah. One of them is the medicine calls to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, that sounds so, and it did.
Gratitude sounds fucking I would beat my own ass, if and we've talked about this before. 3 weeks ago, I went with my brothers to Colorado with Jeremy and Quinn, so we did 300 micrograms of LSD, and we hiked a fucking mountain in Converse. In Converse shoes.
Don't try this at home.
So there was a point where we all thought we were going to die, for sure. Like, it was fucking steep. To the point where like you're grabbing bushes and stuff. And my older brother looked at me and I'm like, oh fuck, he's like, he's going to freak out. I got to get behind him. So I just got behind him. Yeah. And I'm like, hey motherfucker, I'm not going to die. Yeah. Right.
I love me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got me.
But you fucking know I'm not going to die.
I got you.
So I got you. So let's fucking go. He's like, well, I'm tired. I'm like, are you? Because I can't feel my fucking feet or my legs. Can you? He's like, no. I'm like, okay.
Then you're not tired.
Yeah, so go. So just fucking go.
Move.
And he goes, the last 50 feet. And we got a picture of him at the top of this fucking mountain.
Oh, my God.
Or he's fucking he's dead, but he's like.
He did it.
Oh, dude.
That's awesome.
What a fucking experience.
What a great experience, man.
And ever since then, I don't know why, but I cry like daily. Not every day, but for most days, about how grateful I am to have like my health and all of the bad experiences that have led me to the good to like right now, because without that, I don't know what I would be, and just how grateful I am for my family and my wife and my kids.
Gratitude, man. You met my brother Slider, the Tomcat guy, right?
Yeah.
Weapons delivery go wrong, accidentally killed 3 generations of Iraqis. I love this Slider saying, I'm thankful for my suffering.
Yeah. Dude, that's a special sauce. Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's some fucking, Alabama spin. When you sit with that, it's the truth.
What else? So, like, I win. One of 700 guys.
Failure is not an option.
One of 700 guys that won like a world championship, and it's fucking hard. It's hard. I had four cracks at it. Yeah. Because I played.
I don't know why you failed to do that at the Flyers, but that's a separate conversation.
Goaltending. That's fucking it. So
that's been a problem since Bernie Perrant.
It wasn't
dude.
a Jeff Carter or Mike Richards problem. That's for fucking shit. It wasn't a Hart problem. It wasn't Hartnell and Giroux and fucking Timonen and Pronger. And like we had fucking Ashwin. We had fucking savages.
That era of the Flyers reminded me of the Broad Street, like the initial fucking Bobby Clark. And you guys were, you were an era. That was a mid Flyers era.
Dude, that was 2010. So that was like, I mean, it was still, the world was very different.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't like, and people were just fucking, they'd come to those games. Dude, there'd be a fight in the stands every fucking game. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Philadelphia.
And I came from Arizona,
dude.
where it was like 2,000 people in the fucking stadium. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was fucking ready to go. I was beating the fucking wheels off of people.
Yeah.
I'm just like, dude.
Oh yeah.
You
were in your element, man.
Put me somewhere where people respect and want this fucking fire.
Gladiator.
You know?
Yeah. In the arena, man.
Well, it wasn't until I met you that I realized, right, when I came to a game with my son, that I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's like
amazing.
Watching you go to the games and, you know, watching the Panthers now is like me going to an air show watching a Hornet. I'm like, you know, what the fuck? Oh, I did that.
Oh, yeah.
That looks fucking nice.
I can still do it.
Yeah, I can still do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was like just a different, I mean, what I love about medicine work is it shifts your perspective. So it almost gives you new eyeballs where you can be appreciative for, again, like the suffering and all the bad shit. Yes, I tried to tear it down, but then I moved on. You know, and I'm like, I could enjoy this. Yeah. I could enjoy this. I understand why people liked me beating the fucking shit out of another guy and why, you know, and I lost twice.
Come on now.
In 164 fights.
Who's counting?
So I get it. You know, I fucking get it.
Only twice?
Only twice.
Come on now. Seriously? Out of 164 times?
Go look.
How do you define a loss?
Oh, just getting worked. So Darcy Hordachuk, well, three. Chris Barch and Radius Ivanis. I think we talked about this on the last one.
I don't remember that guy.
6'7".
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Oh, my God, dude.
He did I heard that he did 28 one-arm pull-ups in training camp. Yeah.
What is he, the Terminator?
Well, so what happened was I was in LA. Okay. This is like Twilight shit. I was in LA. Wayne was my coach because I was on the Coyotes. His fucking daughter sung the national anthem in the LA stadium, and I turned back to the boys and I'm like, that doesn't get you fucking going. I don't know what will. And Wayne's like, and so I go out and I fucking score this sick goal. I drop this fucking defenseman down, and usually when I get a goal or an assist early in a game, it's like, the wheels are going to come off. Yeah, no, it's like, it's like, let's go fuck around, you know? Because I already did my
exact opposite.
Oh yeah, no, it's like
no.
And then I want more and I want more. Boy. So I start fucking around.
Oh boy.
And then Radius Ivanis, this guy's 6'7", maybe 6'8", 260.
Oh my God.
At the time. Oh yeah. I think I was like 5'11". So the reason I started fucking around is because in the middle of the box, I don't know if you remember the story, Entourage. Do you remember the show?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
In the middle of the box was Kevin Connolly, who's just a bunch of like dudes. And Kevin Connolly's like, you know, we were looking at each other, and after the fight, or after the goal, he's like, give me a fight. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, the only dude that fights is this fucking behemoth.
Yeah.
And I was like, meh, we live once, you know, like this fucking, it was like one of the most popular shows ever. And I was enamored because I was a fucking 21-year-old kid and I was just trying to make a name for myself. Yeah. And then I met Kevin and we've been friends now for, I mean, fuck, what was it? That was 2006. So we've been friends since then. Yeah. And he's a fucking amazing dude. Yeah. He's got the Victory podcast with Kevin Dillon and Doug Ellen. I met Doug Ellen. Mm-hmm. Because they brought me to set and like they did all these. He put my it was with Sloan in one of the episodes. Daniel Carcillo was at the bottom when he had a BlackBerry. This is how long ago it was.
Oh my God!
So they did a screenshot there. I gave him his my jersey in Philly when I got traded. But anyway, so I went out and fucking fought Radius, and Wayne knew. He saw me talking to them because I really didn't give a fuck about hockey. Like I was good at it. But I cared more about like partying.
Oh my God, man.
You know, and just fucking living it up. And Wayne's like, don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it. I'm like, this guy asked me to do it. I'm going to do it. So
I can't say no.
I went out and just cross-checked Radius, and I fucking stuck him right in the fucking nuts because I needed an edge. I needed an edge. I knew this guy was going to beat me up.
Yeah. He had to start from and
then I fucking just jumped him, and I grabbed him, and I fucking got one off, and blood starts going down here. I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And then I'm like, I got a little confident. I'm like, yeah. And then, bam, just got fucking smoked.
That was it.
Golf ball. But then there's a picture of me getting out of the penalty box, and Connolly's like, and Carcillo is on my back. My grandfather had it signed in, and so and they wanted to do a show on Wayne, so that's why they're at the game. And then they came in after, and I was like, fucking concussed. Like, I was
my God.
And they're like, I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And they're like, oh, by the way, like the boys are out there. They want to say, I was like, what? You know,
I'm good.
Where are we going tonight? So yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know.
I did not know that story.
Yeah.
Do you ever talk to that guy again?
Yeah. Oh, Radius?
Yeah, Radius.
I feel like
What a name.
I know. This is fucking scary.
Is it fucking dad's diameter? I mean, what a weird radius.
20 or 28, anywhere between, first of all, 10 one-arm push-ups is fucking ridiculous. No. But if you're 260
and 6'7",
Jesus Christ!
I got to Google that when we get out of here, man.
Psycho. What's wrong with you? You know, like where do you want to start?
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's start wrapping up with future picture. MDMA, give us the Carcillo over under 6 months, year. When's it going to be legal for therapeutic use?
Yeah. So NDA submission Q3 or Q4 of next year, 2024.
Next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
Next year. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Shit, man.
And then 60% of drugs fail first round of approval. But because this works 67% of the time, and because there's so much need, and because the FDA fucked up so royally with opiates and that whole shit, and they keep fucking up royally by going into a lab and making these things to try to target. Anyway, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, and people like you and veterans are promoting it and talking about how it's helping, saving fucking lives.
Yeah,
you know. So I think they'll get approval. And then, you know, by 2025, like you'll see clinics. Yeah. Everywhere right now. Like we're helping to build clinics right now to get ready for the MDMA. We're partnering with well-qualified, physicians, and also like big, you know, eating disorder companies that want to bring it on. It's just one tool in the toolbox. You know, there's still med management and all that other stuff, but it's one tool. So,
all right. So a year out ish,
at least
MDMA.
Well, a year and a half, even just for the submission. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck, man.
It just takes time. It takes time to gather everything and but in the meantime, go to Oregon. Go
Colorado.
Yeah, go to, you know, it's decrim there. California. Go fucking now you're not going to get arrested for possessing this stuff.
Correct.
You can't sell it. Don't be a fucking, you know,
trafficker.
Yeah. Don't be a drug dealer. Don't be a medicine dealer.
Yeah,
don't be a medicine dealer because you get arrested for it.
Yes.
Which is so fucking crazy.
I can't even. On the down low. Do it on the down low, folks. Unbelievable.
Don't be a medicine dealer.
Don't be a medicine dealer. We need to put that on a T-shirt or something. A medicine dealer.
That's what you are.
I've been accused of being a medicine dealer.
No doubt.
I take that as an honor.
Right?
I wear that as a badge of honor.
Just
man.
gift it. Gift it.
Yeah,
Be
exactly.
like,
Don't do it for money, man.
I don't need your shit.
Do a little burning, man. No cash transactions. It's you give to get.
I'm not a Burning Man guy.
I'm glad to hear that. I looked at that shit. I'm like, I would not be caught.
Listen. There's I have very particular. I build my own world, you know, and I'm not shitting on those people. It's fucking great.
Enjoy it. Knock yourself
that ain't
out.
for me, man. I'm gonna come back to Jupiter. I gotta go pick my kids up.
Exactly.
And I want to just, you know, I got
my own.
Not saying that that's the normal thing to do, right? But no, that's not for me.
No,
I just know too many people, and this is a fucking warning. I know too many people that have gotten into this medicine work that were married with kids, and then they fucking divorce their wife and they leave their fucking kids and they leave their family. Dude, don't fucking do that.
Don't become a sham bro.
No, don't get fucking lost.
Yeah.
Don't get fucking lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hang the fucking phone up, man. And be a fucking man.
Yeah.
Be honorable.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't chase.
No.
No. It's all right here, man. It's all in you. It ain't. Yeah.
So many people have done that, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I know a lot of people that have done that.
Thankfully, on the veteran side, most of it, I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't seen too much of that in the veteran space. It kind of, because
No, they're fucking, you guys have a foundation. You have a moral fucking compass. So how could you?
Yeah.
How could you?
Yeah.
You know?
It knocked all the rust off to realize how good I did
Good you
fucking
have it.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
Especially
I ain't going
with
anywhere.
people fucking standing by you. With Susie fucking sitting there with Ella, like my wife, like fucking through hell and high water. They're not fucking going anywhere. And what? I'm going to go fucking, this is why I wanted to get healthy.
Exactly.
For me, right?
Yeah.
To like partake in this fucking beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Of
That
having
I
a
was
family.
taking for granted.
And it's fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. Marriage is hard. It takes fucking discipline. Medicine work is hard. It takes discipline. But on the other side of
the
it,
rewards,
fucking
forget about it, man.
the fuck else are we here for? I mean, we gotta have fun.
Yeah.
We have to have fun.
Yeah.
Fucking hey.
Duh.
Don't take it too fucking serious. By the way,
No.
you know?
No. We don't.
You know?
Clearly, we don't take ourselves too fucking seriously.
I don't.
Man. No.
Not anymore. Not after climbing a mountain on fucking LSD. Like,
Or flying in a fighter jet.
oh, dude, that was sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
when beating Cody, when Cody's like,
Cody-
I can't take it anymore. It's
Cody's
been
new
40
call
minutes.
sign
This
is
sucks.
He's a bullet sponge.
Okay.
Me and
those.
Carcillo just stitched fucking Chandra full of bullets, man.
We'll try. You can try again.
Oh, I mean, he flew with Orestes because
I've beaten him in pool two times now.
No
so
kidding.
I beat him. Yeah, game 7. We had a game 7 yesterday, and like,
yeah.
he's shook. He's shook.
I'm sad to hear this, Cody. We have to have a talk. We need an intervention.
Shape up.
What the fuck's
Shape
going
up.
on? What's going on, Chandra? All right, guys. Well, you got to go to Carline.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go pick up my kids.
All right, folks. Well, that is Carcillo, man. Follow him on Instagram. Follow My Crew Doses, the Healing REIT. I'm really excited about that. I'm on the board of advisors just to disclose. Could not be more humbled and honored to be doing this mission with you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Commodore Carcillo. He's got a new call sign. He went from Carbomb to Commodore because he is in charge of a
That
lot
went by
of...
quick. That was a fucking hour. That went by quick.
It did.
Time
man.
dilates.
Actually, it was about 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. Time dilates.
We got another 53 minutes.
I gotta go.
All right, folks, go Buffs. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Fights on. Namaste and basi basi. We're out.